Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. So now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, at the regular meeting in July, the People Committee of TayNinhTV Province consulted the members of the committee on the application for investment policies of the project of the second phase of the Training and Competition Center to submit to the Provincial People Council.
For approval, the investment policies of the projects of the Sport Trainings and Competition Center Phase Number 2 and replace the decision number 2081 dated September 18th of 2020 of the Provincial People's Committee to ensure that the project's investment procedures are consistent with the provisions of Clause 2, Article number 18 of the Law on Public Investment of 2019. The investment scale includes construction of swimming pool size for 26 meters, 50 and 3 meters, renovating dormitories and canteens, renovating and expanding a shooting stadium, the renovation and repair of football fields and construction of auxiliary items, substation, power supply, lighting, water supply and drainage system, fire protection system, fence, the route and trees, internal roads and communication. Invest in additional equipment for training, competition and daily life. The total investment is expected to be more than 57 billion Vietnam dong, and the capital structure is from the provincial budget. The project implementation period is from 2023 to 2026. And on the morning of July the 3rd of 2023 at Ho Thanh Hamlet, Tân Hội Commune of Tân Châu District, TayNinhTV Province, Hung Nhân Group held the groundbreaking ceremony of the projects of the HN TayNinhTV application breeding area. It is the first project implemented after more than a month of signing a cooperation agreement between the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province and Hung Nhân Group at the Huis Group of Netherlands. Attending the groundbreaking ceremony, there were Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Lê Viết Bình, Deputy Chief of the Office of Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. The EHN TayNinhTV application breeding area project has a scale of more than 39.5 hectares. The total investment capital is 20 billion Vietnam dong, and the goal of the project is to produce poultry breeds and raise chickens with a scale of 20 million eggs per year. The project is expected to be completed and put into operation in the first quarter of 2024, and it is one of the component projects of a chain of high-tech agricultural complexes with a total investment to 2,500 billion Vietnam dong, committed to invest in TayNinhTV Province by Hung Nhân Group and the Huis Group. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee, highly appreciated the scale and scalability of Hung Nhân Group with a series of projects implemented in the Central Highlands and Eastern Provinces, the Southern Provinces also, especially joint venture projects with the Huis, one of the world's leading agricultural corporations. The organization of the groundbreaking ceremony of the projects within 1 month from the day of signing memorandum of understanding has shown that Hung Nhân and the Huis are enthusiastic and truly eager businesses to invest in TayNinhTV Province, and hopefully that with their dynamisms, professionalisms and experiences, Hung Nhân and the Huis will complete the construction and put the project into operation as committed. And Mr. Vivan de Linder, is a partner of Hung Nhân Group in the THN joint venture, said that in the context of potential outbreaks of diseases, the investment in disease-free areas to provide the seed sources for quality, disease-free, helping the farmers reherd and stabilize production. Further, to have TayNinhTV Province become a leading locality in providing quality seed. At the ceremony, the representatives of Hung Nhân Vietnam Group and the Huis Netherlands donated for 500 million Vietnam dong to the fund to build a house of gratitude and love in Tân Châu District, and donated 20 bicycles to the poor students who overcome poverty and difficulties of the district.
Ladies and gentlemen, nowadays many people use the internet on devices such as phone and computer, but are not fully aware of the protections of personal data, because they think it's not necessary.
However, if you are not careful, the risk of data leakage is extremely dangerous. And here are 3 basic skills to ensure the safety of personal information. Limit sharing of personal information and limit sharing of our personal information online. Please ensure that you only provide your personal information to trusted individuals and organizations, or use a secure password. Use a secure password to protect your account online. Password should be longer than 8 characters and include the uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters also. And you should change your password regularly and do not use the same password for many different accounts. Active improve security knowledge. To active learn about information security practice, stay up to date with the latest news on security threats and learn how to prevent them, and use the security tools like antivirus software and anti-theft software to protect your account online. And in the first 6 months of this year, the situation of labor and unemployment in the infrastructuring and business sectors, especially in industrial zones and clusters, remained relatively stable, with no major changes in the number of employees. And currently, there are about 131,000 Vietnamese workers working in industrial parks and economic zones, an increase of 976 workers compared to the end of 2022. And there are 3,699 foreign employees working in this area, increased to 134 employees compared to the end of 2022. There are about 290 enterprises registered to use labor demand, with their recruitment demand for 1,300 people. The leaders of the Department of Labor, Work Balance and Social Affairs of the province said that in order to solve the policy for unemployed workers accumulated until the first 6 months of the year, the department has received about 11,000 applications, in which the situation of emerged as follows: units of Ho Chi Minh City, Bình Dương, and Đồng Nai provinces who jobs were reduced or lost their jobs returned to the province to apply for unemployment benefits. And currently, the department is processing applications for unemployment benefits for nearly 6,000. At the same time, the department is also very interested in granting a job for its workers, and the good news is that there will be jobs matching program implemented synchronously from the center to the provinces to widen the job search path for the workers. And from now until the end of the year, the department will coordinate to organize 12 job exchanges to the premises to grant more job opportunities for the workers in the area. And up to now, TayNinhTV has about 65 cassava starch processing factories with a total capacity of more than 4 million tons per year. There are 10 companies and enterprises processing starch after the cassava. Many factories are not operating at a full capacity, needing a lot of raw materials from neighboring provinces also. As of the first 6 months of 2023, the whole province has sold for 61,000 hectares of cassava, average yield for 33.5 tons per hectare. In the field of granting new varieties of cassava, in the past 5 years, TayNinhTV has cooperated with the Institute of Agricultural Genetics (CIAT) to carry out many models of selecting new varieties of cassava for resistance to mosaic disease. And these varieties have been announced for circulation by the Ministry of Agriculture and Development. For the sustainable development, the cassava industry is working toward increasing the value of cassava, reducing production and processing costs on the lowest level, diversifying post-processed cassava products together with the provinces that produce cassava, helping the cassava industry develop more strongly in the coming time. Hoa Hiep commune of Tân Biên district is currently the only commune in the province that is identified as a Zone 1 commune in the ethnic minority area, and the commune is entitled to 7 over 10 projects under the National Target Program for the Socio-Economic Development in ethnic minority areas in the period of 2022 to 2030, and phase number 1 is from 2022 to 2025. Benefiting from projects from the National Target Program to develop socio-economic life in the ethnic minority areas, Hoa Hiep commune of Tân Biên district has many advantages for the health and cultural development, the society policies to support the people's life also. Benefiting from the policies of the projects, the commune's ethnic minority people will be given preferential allowance from production development, vocational training, job creation, etc., supporting machineries and equipment, fertilizers, seeds, etc., to farm in the plants and seize the livestock. And currently, Hoi Commune is implementing the project, operating the centralized water supply station for the Khmer people, building a house of agriculture, preventing degradation of national monuments of typical value of ethnic minorities, The cremation facility meets environmental hygiene standards has also been started from June 17th, and the Khmer have the design to cremate the dead according to custom, not bury, and the ashes will be deposited in the temple. And therefore, the project of building a crematorium in the commune was supported by the Khmer people, and the project not only helps to ensure the hygiene and environmental protection, but also creates conditions for the Khmer people to practice their religious practices.
The last 6 months of the year are said to be the periods when the global consumer market is usually very active. Therefore, seafood exports are also expected to have positive signs from the market.
And facing many difficulties from the supply of raw materials to the market, the businesses still have to be flexible with many solutions to overcome difficulties. The market recovered slowly in the first 5 months of the year. The export of the whole shrimp industry decreased by 34% over the same period. Normally mentioned, the export price is low, while the cost of shrimp is about 20 to 40,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram, higher than in other countries. It is difficult for enterprises because they cannot compete, leading to domestic raw materials prices also rising and falling. Even though farmers win, they still suffer the losses, and leading to the abandonment of bonds and a range of unstable raw materials for processing at the end of the year. Hopefully, the market situation will be better and we have the chance to catch up with the upcoming crop of the crop in August and September. And this year, we also have not too bad results. From the perspective of enterprises, now it is still to continue to reduce the cost to endure, and expect to welcome upcoming opportunities. Fishery enterprises also think that it is the time to review production costs, keep the quantity and income stable for employees, not focus on expand investments, focusing on researching new products to suit the new market context. At the same time, actively promote multi-channel, take advantage to keep the market's rhythm. If you want to expand, you must promote trade, attend the fairs, are fundamental solutions to promote the seafood in the intermediate and long term to improve competitiveness. And an important factor, digital transformation, traceability, food safety assurance, market standards also. At this point, the seafood industry needs to review to synchronize the stages in the value chain, balance costs, profits, harmonize value and risk for reasonable and effective investment. And from there, we can limit the problems, especially the problem of supply and demand for many materials, avoid causing damage to the stability of processing, export, and the process of building a Vietnamese seafood brand.
Construction enterprises have increasingly mastered modern technologies and improved capabilities, contributing to the increasingly robust urban phase of Vietnam.
However, construction contractors are currently in an unprecedented situation, and therefore, solidarity and support to each other at this time is the way for them to overcome difficulties and move on together. The real estate market is black and investors can't sell goods. They talk about cash flow and even refuse to pay debts, leading to many contractors being stuck in a debt for a long time. And many small and medium enterprises could not cope and went bankrupt. Last year, like my company, I built for 3 to 4 construction sites in Bắc Ninh, Hải Dương, and Gia Lâm, but this year, due to the market fluctuations, the source of work is scarce. More than 20 years of working with the profession, Lương Thanh Thái has never witnessed the double difficult situation on the construction industry like this. After a long time being ravaged by the COVID-19 pandemic, having a stable job like him, and hundreds of engineers and thousands of workers today is the contractor's efforts. It is very rare to find a high-rise apartment project and maintain it from 2021 until now. However, inadequacy from norms and unit prices are putting the pressure on the construction investment cost management of contractors. And yet, the shortcomings in the mechanisms of settlement of outstanding debts, negotiations with investors, binding, construction contract conditions, etc. are difficult problems to solve for contractors. The Vietnam Association of Construction Contractors has repeatedly proposed to the government and the state management agencies, but so far this has not been removed. Recently, the association have forced to hold a Yin Home conference in Da Nang for businesses to find a way to save themselves. And Mr. Nguyễn Quốc Hiệp, chairman of Vietnam Construction Contractors Association, said that we also agreed to take anti-dumping action so far. So as not to kill ourselves, we also agreed to build a blacklist of slow-pay investors to report to local government agencies and ministries that should not be included in the investment environment. Solidarity, cooperation, mutual help. The more difficult times, the more it is necessary to promote the traditions that we have met the strength of the nation. And with love for the profession and best efforts, now is the time for businesses to overcome together to continue writing the construction song.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.